Hey, it's Bill. I want to remind you before we begin that you're probably not going to get a gift you really want this season. That's why we want you to gift yourself with a nice certificate to Woodcliff Hotel and Spa. You could use it for the hotel and stay overnight. You could use it for spa treatments, and they've got every imaginable spa treatment in one of the most luxurious settings you could put yourself. Or you can use it at the restaurant, where they have a fantastic wine selection and just top-notch food. Your choice. Gift yourself. Just call 585-206-8866 and tell us why you deserve it. Maybe you did something fantastic and no one recognized it. We could recognize it for you. Maybe you had a hard time and you feel like you deserve it. 585-206-8866 and gift yourself with Billified and the Woodcliff Hotel and Spa.
On location and driven by Victor Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, it's Billified, the Bill Moran Podcast.
Well, hello and welcome. Whew, what a stressful afternoon it's been.
Not if you're on beta blockers.
In the man cave. That's the thing is, Danny says to me at one point, I'm on beta blockers. And I said, are you really? And he goes, well, I'm on some kind of medication and it's helping.
Yeah, he's like, why are you so calm? I'm like, yeah, I'm on beta blockers. Put on a lot of weight for it, though. I'd rather be nervous and lose weight.
Is that what it takes? Because the 6 Grey Goose and waters.
Yeah, they're good for the heart. They're good for the heart. We are live in Greg Connor's man cave, and I don't know if are we streaming on Facebook? We're probably not streaming on YouTube.
I probably should have started the live.
That's all right. Don't even worry about it. Well, if you can, it would be.
Come on,
it would be good because that way we can at least Facebook. That way I can just grab the video later. But man, right at the end of the game.
Oh.
Right at one of the most crucial moments.
It was 4th down.
Greg forgot to pay the bill. No, I've never seen every TV just pause. Just pause. Everything paused.
And it went one by one by one. So that was the best part.
And it started spinning.
Dominoes. How many TVs are down? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Are there 5 TVs down
5,
there?
yeah.
Yeah, it's 5. All 5.
And then fortunately, Dan had his phone, so he went live on his phone.
NFL Plus, you could get the game in the midst of a jam.
He went live, and then so we don't have.
I watched it on Twitter.
Oh my God, I lost my mind.
Oh, are they on? Yeah. I couldn't tell, buddy. I apologize.
It's because it's on Greg right now.
No, it's all right. All right. I was just looking.
Oh, now I got to fix the shot.
See, I was so stressed out during that game.
I lost my mind. I couldn't believe what happened. And then of course, who's the first person I blamed? My son.
Yeah.
Will.
Oh, Will. That's right.
What'd you do?
That was it.
And Luke got blamed. He left 25 minutes before that even happened. He was gone.
I do the same thing.
Yeah.
Like right away.
And your boys don't even live here.
No. James, you what? Oh, wait. All the time. Oh. That was it all the time. But your mom is sitting with us, Greg. And your mom was so wonderful because she at one point was very, very patient as you were coming around. And then I saw her almost wince as you were going to high five when something good happened. But he gets very passionate.
Passionate.
Yes.
I was afraid he was going to take my hand.
It's when they kicked the field goal to go up 2017.
Yes.
And then she said, be gentle.
You were.
I wasn't at first, but then when I heard it, I was like, okay, I don't want to.
It hurts.
Well, yeah. I mean,
I don't want her to not be able to drive.
I'm worried about that. I'm worried about her coming back with the right cross.
Yeah, that too.
All right, so now they win. The playoff hopes are alive.
Continue,
yeah. We say.
Every game's a playoff game,
Next
Billy.
week is a big one. It's against Dallas, who we're playing tonight.
At home, baby.
Yeah, at home. Is this a 4 o'clock again next week?
Yes, it is.
Yes.
Yep. In Buffalo.
In Buffalo.
4:25.
Yeah. This is America's team coming in. I don't know if they're America's team anymore. I feel like the Lions have become America's team for some reason.
America's team got pounded today.
Yeah,
by the Bears.
I know.
Oh, my God.
What is happening? Like the Jets blew the Texans out?
Nobody scored until the third quarter.
I mean,
in that game.
The killer is I picked my pick of the week was Detroit -3.5 against the Bears. I'm thinking, you go to Chicago. I mean, you're the number 3 seed. You guys have been playing strong. Your defense is pretty solid. Your offense should score at least 20 points. Right. And they freaking shit the bed.
The Lions are going to lion. That's what they always do.
Yeah, well, I mean, I can't remember. I think it's Kyle Brand on NFL Network talks about the Lions are like the uncle who never really fulfills his potential.
Yes.
Who's like the drunk but comes back and then he
sobers
cleans
up.
himself up.
He starts on down that path.
Thanksgiving.
Things are looking good.
So
by
Danny,
Christmas, he's back in the shitter again.
So it's Danny.
He actually he gave this scenario back in September about the Lions, how they're going good. They come into Thanksgiving dinner.
Yeah.
Because they always play in Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
They come into Thanksgiving dinner, and then he gets drunk at dinner, and then he completely turns into exactly the way he's always been.
Yeah.
And what did the freaking Lions do on Thanksgiving?
Exactly
the same thing.
I know. I was
the ball
shocked
over.
at that game, too. That was another one I was so disappointed. It was heart-wrenching.
Heart-wrenching.
Because, for years, they're the perennial loser.
Yeah.
They're like the, who do the Globetrotters always play?
Washington Generals.
Yeah, the Washington Generals. They're the Washington Generals of the Thanksgiving Day.
I'm a closet Lions fan because they have reminiscence of the Bills fans. One is Ralph Wilson was
from
owner,
Detroit.
Well, he was part
owner
of the Lions.
Oh, I didn't
with
know
the Ford
that.
family before he became the Bills owner.
Okay.
He was part owner of the Lions. And they get close and they never seem to win.
Yeah.
And at least the Bills have been in the Super Bowl. The Lions have never been in the Super Bowl. The modern day Super Bowl, the Lions have never been in it.
Yeah.
Closest they've come was the 91 championship game where they lost to Washington in Washington. That's the closest. They were the last team also to beat the Cowboys before they went on that Super Bowl run
No kidding.
in the playoffs, yeah.
All right, so talk to me a little bit here, Greg, because we haven't talked to you since the Tyler Dunne article came out. Three-part thing. I have not read the entire article. We're going to have Tyler Dunne on Wednesday's podcast. He'll be on with us. Interesting insight. It made Saturday Night Live. We'll play that audio in a little bit. Last night they did make reference to it on Saturday Night Live.
That's exactly what he wanted.
But I couldn't tell. I had so many feelings about it, and now I only read excerpts of the article, not the entire thing yet. So I don't know, but it felt almost like a bit like a hit piece in a way at McDermott. But it seemed like this could be a lot of distraction. And I said, if they win, this goes away. If they don't, this is what the focus will be. And they did win today. I think they have to continue to win. But
yeah,
thoughts on that thing? Did you read it?
I read the article.
You did.
I got the heads up on it. I read the article, and the reference to the 9/11 situation, from my perspective and the perspective of others, is that why? If his point was that Sean McDermott is like an Al-Qaeda supporter,
yeah, which he isn't,
which he's not,
no,
then why reference it? Everybody knew he made the comment. Everybody in the media knew he made the comment in 2019. He apologized to the team, and people talked about it. And to bring it up now, it's like, are you trying to use it as a reflection of his leadership? Because he was using it to try to demonstrate leadership. Now, if you've never been someone who is accountable and responsible for other human beings and their livelihood, this guy has no effing clue about what leadership is. Because when I looked at this, is when you criticize him and the reference that he made. Now, look, was it a good reference? No, it probably isn't.
No,
it's
one that fell flat. But
what he was.
But I think we even said that, Danny. I think when we talked about it,
we said it was just a dumb statement.
It was just like
and I didn't take
a poor analogy.
Yeah.
Let's use it that way.
But the thing is, he set it up. He worked so hard. You could tell he worked at this illustration, and the players weren't buying it. But at the same time, I mean, to me, it was overblown. In fact, the article's in 3 pieces and 3 parts. This was on part 2, and it was deep into part 2. So if Tyler Dunne really wanted to use this to embarrass McDermott, he would have let off with it. He didn't. I mean, this was in the middle, so I don't even think Tyler Dunne took it that seriously. It was
the one that got the most attention from everybody else.
It was because it was the most salacious.
Yes, thank you. It was incendiary.
And
people love cancel culture, and that's this is gonna be huge.
And that's kind of, again, what's the purpose and the point of the reference? Because for me, I talk about this all the time, is that common enemy. You can take people from different perspectives, different political objectives. If you come up with one common enemy, you will rally together to overcome the common enemy.
Yes.
That's essentially what McDermott was trying to say to these guys. And in the reference he was using is that the United States, was their common enemy.
Yeah.
And they overcame obstacles that seemed impenetrable at the time to overcome the circumstances. Now, is it a poor reference? It's horrible. But he was trying to garner a camaraderie or a focus within his team. And as a leader, you try to do those things. The other thing that I found, to me, reflection of his inability to understand what leadership really means when you're a business owner or you're a coach or something. He said he's always looking for an escape.
Yeah, he did say that. He made it look like other coaches had said, I think former coaches.
Yeah.
Now we're saying things like, he never did this or he didn't do that. But then I'm taking it as, if you're a former coach, are you disgruntled in some way that you're no longer there?
I've got about 15 former attorneys.
Yeah.
And they could say the same damn thing about me.
Right.
But the bottom line is...
And they do. Boy, I saw one of them. Holy shit, Greg. I couldn't believe it. I went, that doesn't sound like Greg.
Never gave me Bills tickets.
My God.
I got to tell you, when it comes down to it, if you're missing your sales and you're the CEO of the company, is it your fault? It is his fault. It's McDermott's fault. And if I'm missing our sales projection and targets, it's my fault as the managing partner. But then I have to determine who's in charge of that. Because, and if you're not performing, either I have to do something to give you a performance plan, an individual performance plan, or I'm going to fire you.
Right.
But me working with you and the team, I have to determine, can we get past that or not? If we can't, you're gone. Now, someone say, oh, he's the scapegoat. No shit. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Because that's your role. If you don't perform, if you don't hit the expectations of what I want and the team wants, you either have to demonstrate you can get there or you're fired.
He's the most powerful man in the history of the organization, even more powerful than Tom Donahoe. Now think about that. McDermott is. After, of course, Terry Pagula. Because it used to be the pecking order would be the owner, the general manager, and the head coach.
Right.
Nowadays, you're in an era where the head coach actually can pick his own hand-picked general manager, which he did. He brought in Brandon Beane. Now, it's Brandon Beane's draft and his personnel, but, McDermott has a lot of say in that. But at the end of the day, according to this article, McDermott is the guy in charge. And they're winning in spite of him. And there's several examples. And when, like Greg, you mentioned, attorneys leaving and stuff. These guys, these assistant coaches, former assistant coaches, were leaving for lateral moves. Leaving Buffalo, a team that's this close to winning a Super Bowl. They go, no, I'm going to go somewhere else. I don't even want to be here.
They left on their own.
They left on their own. Like Heath Farwell, the special teams coach, left on his own. He was the guy who everybody tried to roll over on for the special teams call when the ball was kicked. There was miscommunication. It was really nobody's fault, which ultimately means it's McDermott's fault.
Right.
But he left on his own because he didn't want to be around McDermott. And then at the same time, the wide receiver coach, Chad Hall, he left on his own. And that story is hysterical because McDermott didn't really want to pay him that much. The wide receivers loved him. They bought him a truck. They blindfolded him. They taped it. They brought him out to the parking lot. We got a surprise for you. And they bought him a brand new truck. And this guy was moved. And other guys said it was a dark day at One Bills Drive when McDermott found out about that. That's your leader. That's your chief. That's your commander-in-chief right there. That's not somebody I want to play for.
But do we think that, well, I know, but how do we know that some of this stuff is, I always just wonder who's going on the record and saying things. You know what I mean? I always take these with a grain of salt. We'll talk to Tyler and find out for sure, too. But
one of the things that annoys the shit out of me is I hate the secrecy. Tell me who it is.
Yeah, I know.
Because, look, again, there are people who have been in and out of my office. There are people who probably are working there right now. They could say horrible things about me and the decisions I've made in terms of how I want to run my business.
Mrs. Connors, can you believe anybody would say anything horrible about your son, your baby over there?
I could never believe it. I'd cry if they did.
She's never listened. I don't think she would actually cry. She's
never listened to the podcast either.
But, the point, for me, as I look at it, it's like, okay, who's saying these things?
Yeah.
I mean, look.
That's always my question. No matter when I read these kind of articles, I always go, who is it that's saying these things, though, and what is their motive? Why do it? Because I will tell you, I think everybody at this table has some point in their life could talk ill about somebody.
Yeah,
right?
Well, I have.
No, but we could. No, I'm not saying you have. I'm not saying you have, but I'm saying you could and probably have thought better. What good? My thing is, what good comes of it? What good is going to come of it? Unless you think this guy's really hurting the organization, which over the past couple of games, we have questioned a lot of the play calling and the timeouts and the different things.
There are certain things that are in the article that I don't disagree with.
Yeah.
Right? In terms of some of his decision-making, I don't disagree with that. But let's focus on those things. Don't focus on the sensationalism of these other circumstances. That, to me, discredits his article. Now, everyone's like, oh, The article is now verified. It's credible because if McDermott admits to saying these things. That's got nothing to, in my opinion, it's got nothing to do with the credibility of the article. For me, the article is about his perspective about McDermott's decision-making. And again, some of the things I don't disagree with, but when you start bringing in these
you're bringing something from 4 years ago, but I don't know. You had said earlier that McDermott had already addressed this speech in 2019, and the press already knew about it. I didn't. I actually did. I don't remember that.
He did. No, he didn't address it in the press. He addressed it to the team.
Yeah.
He addressed it to the team. The team, it's old news. Even Tim Graham has double-checked that and said, with the team, it's old news.
Okay.
With us,
everybody
this is
knew
brand new.
Like, so when I say the press, is that the players heard it, they were there. All the people that he allegedly heard this from were there at the time. Not one of them went to the press and said, this is what was said.
You're right. Okay.
That to me means if you're offended by it, you say it then.
Yeah.
Because to me, that's called situational ethics. That's situational character, situational integrity. That to me is the worst type of person.
Yeah.
I agree with that.
If I do something wrong today, tell me today.
Yeah.
Let's talk about it. Let's get through it. Let me acknowledge it. Let me work through it.
Right.
But for you to
well, that's what I'm saying. It's 4 years ago. And I mean, if he spoke to the team, how is anybody outside of the organization affected by it? You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So the only point there is to try to make him look bad.
Right.
Which another loss, and I think that article, and it would have been, that would have been it for Buffalo.
To me, on the whole thing, it took me an hour and a half to read that whole thing. And the reason is because, I'm slow. And two, I had to go back and reread certain paragraphs. Go, wait a minute, did this really happen? Did this really happen? Of all the things, of all the things in that article.
Yeah.
The 9/11 stuff, as a Bills fan, bothered me the least because what Greg said. I mean, look, they buried it. It was over. It was finished. It had nothing to do with his coaching. It speaks more to just the fact that he is not relatable and has a hard time communicating to me, which speaks more as a leader, that more than the 9/11 reference. He lost people on 9/11.
Yes.
Okay, he wasn't trying to be. He's not an Al Qaeda type of person, and that's what the local media. And I'll say this: none of those bastards read that article. They didn't read the article. And I'm not going to name any names, but they didn't read the article. I know who they are.
Hang on.
Go up a few.
Hang on a
10,
second.
13, 31, 21.
Hold on a second. Hang on.
USA.
I did not look at anything on purpose.
Thursday night, there was an emergency podcast to talk about. Okay. I can't believe Sean McDermott said this. I'm like, of all the things in that article, you picked out that part. And by the way, that wasn't in the free section. You had to pay for that. So I know if you found that, you either heard it through the grapevine or you didn't read the whole damn thing.
Well, you heard it through the grapevine because I didn't realize Tyler Dunne's site was paid. You sent me the article.
Yeah,
you copied and sent it because
and there is a paywall, which is that's how Tyler. He's an independent journalist.
No, I feel like I need to support.
By the way,
guys
the
like
fact
Tyler
you had to pay him to read that part of the article to me is even more despicable. So he was using that in order to get himself his payday, as opposed. Look, journalism is so different today than it was 2 and 5 years ago.
Sure it is, because you got to try to grab those eyes,
Right. And so what was within the paid part? Sensationalism.
Yeah.
So why are people going to pay to get there? They're going to pay for the sensationalism. That to me is the erosion of credibility. It's not an enhancement of credibility. I would have appreciated the article more if I wasn't distracted by the attempt of the writer to sensationalize an area that really is irrelevant. Because for me, he talks about McDermott's rigidity.
Yeah.
Look, I've talked to you guys about that.
You have. And also his awkwardness is now from the little excerpts that I read, there was an awkwardness, would you say, with McDermott?
Oh, yeah,
also
that's the point.
But there was some other analogy that just went nowhere.
Oh, gosh, what was it?
It was something about the weather or a storm or something that had come in and how Buffalo, and it almost was like Buffalo was resilient, but it never came to that conclusion.
He made a couple. I off the top of my head, I can't remember. He made another analogy that just fell flat.
But I mean,
that people just didn't get behind.
You've spent time with McDermott. You've been in probably meetings with the guy. Is that a fair assessment of him being somewhat awkward, personally? A little bit rigid. Like he seems to. Obviously, the man is extremely disciplined.
He is.
If you look at him and you look at Andy Reid, you can tell who's got more personal discipline. You know what I'm saying?
By the way,
who holds their body to a higher standard? I'm just saying.
Tyler references that in the article, and he compliments him and says a lot of players said, look, his intentions are pure.
Yeah.
His goal is to win a Super Bowl, period. It's just that there's a lot of this do as I say, not as I do stuff.
So from the free stuff I read, and I don't mean to beat this up too much, but I'm glad you said that, because I feel like there was a piece in the article where he's saying, hey, McDermott, we can't throw, basically what's the saying, throw the baby out with the bathwater. That's not what he says, but that's sort of the analogy that comes to mind, because he's saying that he got us to the playoffs for the first time in so many years, and all of this has happened under him. But is he the guy to push us over? And I think that's been a question for a lot of people. But you're right. The sensationalism and the whole thing that got focused on was the 9/11 piece.
So the criticism I have of Sean, and we've talked about this, and it's kind of evolved now subsequent to the Eagles game, because I just thought his decision-making there for me was maddening.
Yeah. Right.
The use of the timeout, the taking the knee, for me, one of the other things with him is that his inconsistency of being disciplined. He holds James Cook and his issues of handling the ball at a certain level, but he doesn't do it with Gabe Davis.
Right.
And Gabe Davis is a captain. For me, I'm a servant leader. And so servant leaders, and Sean McDermott is a servant leader. But so you're supposed to say, when you're a servant leader, that means that you feel the rules apply to you as it applies to everyone.
Yeah.
Whether you're the rookie or whether you're the highest paid veteran, the rules are the same, and you're held accountable to that. And his rules will hold everyone accountable to that. I don't see him doing that, at least outwardly. I'm not in the team meetings, as you can see on the field. You take James Cook out, you keep Gabe Davis in those games.
It was odd.
And it's weird.
Yeah.
It's odd.
Yeah.
And I think you lose the team in those circumstances.
I agree.
And if you're not losing the team because they understand why, who you're losing is the external communications now, because we don't understand why. And then you're losing us, which is part of your constituency as the head coach,
Then it goes back and
as
forth.
the CEO.
Then it goes back and forth.
Yes.
It's like a vicious cycle. And then all of a sudden you just lose everybody. Because one feeds into another, which feeds it back, and then boom. And then the end result is, if they miss the playoffs this year, they might point to this and go, yeah, you know what, Sean? That's it. Not just missing the playoffs, but if they miss the playoffs with something, another inexplicable moment like 13 seconds, where you're like, oh my gosh, or zero blitz against the Eagles, which resulted in a touchdown, or calling a timeout at an inopportune time. If they'll miss the playoffs again because of something stupid by the head coach, you got to sit there and go, he's lost everybody. I mean, let's be honest here. There was a couple guys who defended him. Micah Hyde defended him, and Deion Dawkins defended him. When Sean, and this has been documented today, Josh Allen, Tim Graham reported this on Twitter, was asked by Matt Perino of Syracuse.com to speak about Coach McDermott. You know what his response was? No comment. Now, that may have changed. Right now, we're taping this. They're doing press conferences right now. That may have changed, but that speaks a lot. When your quarterback isn't going on record.
Let me tell you, the PR department of the Bills right now, telling Josh Allen to say no comment.
Well, I'll tell you what, that PR department needs a lot of help.
No,
I think so.
Well, because the thing is that
at this point, I feel like you got to cover your mouth.
You shut it down.
Maybe they're just playing defense. But
look, I'm a lawyer, and I'm going to tell you, I would tell Josh Allen to say no comment.
Yeah.
Regardless of what his personal feelings are, I don't care if he thinks he's the greatest thing since sliced bread or if he thinks he's the biggest piece of shit. Your response is no comment.
Yeah.
And I think of it.
But he couldn't say something. But hey, look, we support our coach. He's our guy. Hey, look, this is all
no comment means no comment.
Yeah.
He did, because as a mother, I was coming over here, and on the radio, they were trying to goad him into saying something against McDermott, and he said, I think he's a fine man and a coach. We're going on the field. We're going to win, and that's the end of this subject.
Okay.
Oh, so he did. Okay. All right.
So I thought that was
okay.
pretty cool. And there were two.
Because about 2 hours before game time, he wouldn't talk.
No, for me, when I think about this whole circumstance as it's evolved, is again, I try to think of it in terms of my life and in terms of business and in terms of life. So Bill Moran has said on more than one occasion.
Oh boy,
buried her entry.
Here comes.
What?
Buried her entry? No.
That is one of the things that Bill says.
I have said that.
Get out your bingo cards, folks.
Shit, now I freaking completely lost my
train. Look at Dan.
Barrier to entry, and I freaking was like,
see what you did? Well, while you think of that,
you are what your record says you are.
When we come back, I'll let you know.
Buffalo Bills coach Sean McDermott apologized after giving a speech to his players where he used 9/11 terrorists as a good example of teamwork, which is kind of a full circle moment because when Osama bin Laden was giving the terrorists a pep talk, he told them not to be like the Bills.
All right, there you go. There you go. Saturday Night Live. Even had a little fun with it. All right, we'll take a moment. We'll see if we can jog Greg's memory.
I'm sorry, Greg.
No,
I
see
threw you off
what
track.
you do?
I apologize.
See what you do? Right in front of his mom.
I'll sit in timeout.
On there. I'll sit in timeout.
Isn't it a drinking game when Bill says Barry Wrench?
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. We will get to all that next. Oh, Leo's knows it's this time of year where you're looking for delicious grab-and-go gifts, and they have them. Leo's has their famous, festive, and best-tasting butter cookies in town, all decorated for Christmas for you. Plus, don't forget the cannoli. Leo's makes a variety of delicious, authentic cannoli and mini cannoli. Pick up dinner to go in the deli or order a hot meal from Leo's Cafe. What's the best thing about Leo's? Say it with me. Everything! On Dispatch Drive in East Rochester, open every day.
Victor Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, Route 96 in Victor. And online at victorcdjr.com.
The Connors and Ferris Law Firm focuses on 3 types of law: workers' comp, Social Security disability, and personal injury. If you're dealing with any one of these cases and you have not called 262-COMP, please do so immediately, because Connors and Ferris will advocate for your rights and strive to secure you the benefits and compensation you deserve. But more importantly, you're going to get peace of mind. Now, we're coming to the end of the year. If you have one of these cases that's just been kind of percolating for a little while and you haven't really gotten the attention you feel like you need, that's what you do. You call 262-COMP, 262-COMP, because Connors and Ferris understand the complexities of workers' compensation claims, dealing with insurance companies, dealing with employers, and most importantly, the legal system. They have offices in New York City, Syracuse, Rochester, and Buffalo, and they are committed to serving you better. Connors and Ferris, your workers' comp attorneys. Connors and Ferris, 262-COMP.
Holiday plate parties now available at platesandshakes.com.
Full Send Ski and Outdoor in Canandaigua knows you can hear this. It's the mountains calling. But is your gear ready?
Ow! My ankles are broken!
Full Send CEO Zach Hallett says,
People don't realize like how important it is. You know, your skis, your snowboards, everything needs to be serviced every year.
Full Send Ski and Outdoor will make sure your gear is in the perfect condition for the conditions.
It's very important to get that stuff done before the season, because when the snow falls, everybody wants to get out there. You don't want to be put on a delay.
That's why now is the time to bring your gear into Full Send Ski and Outdoor, 175 Main Street, Canandaigua, or call 585-340-7469.
When the snow falls, we want you out there and enjoying the sport, so we make sure that we have a 3 to 5 day turnaround.
Start the season with your gear in top shape with Full Send Ski and Outdoor. See more at fullsendskiandoutdoor.com.
People dream high in the quiet of the night. You know that I caught it. Bad, bad boy, shiny toy with a price. You know that I bought it. Killing me slow.
Swifties are very upset with Tony Romo because he referred to Taylor Swift as Kelsey's wife during the game. I missed it, but I just happened to pop up the New York Post website, and it's a headline. I went, what?
I think it was that we missed it because Greg was yelling at the refs for the 4th time.
Yeah.
Oh, wait,
it was early.
when the TV froze.
It was early.
I'd like to, may I play just a piece? Because now I'll ask your permission because I'm in your house and we did tape you for our own entertainment and we thought to we'd play it back in the podcast. But I didn't, I got to tell you, like, I don't like the world we live in right now because everybody, in my opinion, walks around with a TV station in their pocket. And at any moment, anybody could have a bad day and all of a sudden it's taken, we don't know the context, we don't know anything. However, this is highly entertaining. Watching a game with Greg Connors when it's this close is highly entertaining. It really is. I don't think I've seen anybody who doesn't actually, well, you are very invested in it, but I mean, doesn't actually play the game get like this. This is amazing.
I feel emotionally invested.
Yes.
Because of all these years. You know, it goes back to my dad.
And all the support, though, that you, I mean,
and
training
then
camp.
The financial investment.
Yes.
It just adds to that. And so, and I love sharing the experience with my friends and family. But I lose myself, and because being competitive and driven, I want to win, and I feel like I'm a part of the team.
Yeah.
And I don't use common sense, or I'm not very good decision maker.
Why do we? I wouldn't say that, but hang on. This is.
I'm just trying to hedge. I'm not sure which video it was or what I said.
No, it's only one. It's only one, and it's over a call. We only did one.
Effing bull!
Effing bull.
Again, they overturned the call on the field.
Which means they get to keep their challenge.
Are you kidding me? You know, the team officials, it's all bullshit.
It's so entertaining. It's great.
The worst part is that's not even what, like 2 weeks ago, during the Eagles game, it was like that times 10. He was on kneeling in front of the TV praying to gods.
I didn't come to that one.
Well, yeah,
we were going to do the podcast.
There was a lot less little children here, so it was a little bit more edgier.
Actually, it was just Kevin, my mom, and Jennifer and I were here, and that was it.
Okay.
So it was a very quiet crowd.
Yeah, yes.
And
but you were just as loud.
No, I was.
It was way edgier.
So one of our friends was here, and they have young kids. And then it was prior to that. It was at halftime. They said when their son came in, and I was here, and I said, "This is effing bullshit."
And the kids were like, "Yeah."
No, and he was driving his car around the pool table, and he said, "This is effing bullshit." And
I forgot what it's like to have
Jennifer's
little people.
friend Christy was like, I looked at my son and I said, "That's Mr. Connor's speak, not your speak."
Yeah,
you can do that.
And so it was after that. So I was trying to.
I thought you did a good job of editing yourself.
Yeah.
You did
on the fly.
Yeah, your halftime adjustments. You were great.
Yeah, that was a halftime adjustment. And so when Kevin was here with the Eagles game, there was no filter.
Yeah.
I'm very glad you played that one because it was clean.
Yeah, the Eagles.
I have to get the soap out sometimes.
Actually, at the Eagles game, she said, "If you don't stop, I'm going to pull the soap out."
That's so funny. Well, the Eagles game. So I had been around little kids that I'm normally not around. My nieces and nephews and all my sons, but my guys are older. But one of the kids had like a little cold or whatever. My eye got all red. I was afraid I had pink eye. It turns out it went away the next day, but I'm like, I don't even want to be around anybody until I see a doctor just to make sure that everything's all right. So that's why I didn't want to come over here.
Well, you would have been entertained.
I know. I would have been entertained. Yes. Well, but I don't want you to think like I feel the passion. I was so uptight during this game tonight. I just can't outwardly express it. I will when I'm alone.
Yeah.
But I mean, your mom's here.
It was a much different vibe this week. I mean, last week it was like 4 people. This week we had, about 35?
Yeah.
We do need to know, though, who were the Connors and Ferris Blondes of the week that were here?
Kevin has been waiting all day to ask that question just that way.
So Carly and Aaron and Aaron's boyfriend, Chase, I've been friends with them I've been friends with Carly for, 6-7 years now. One of her, an old friend of hers was a friend of mine business-wise, and we were down in New York City. The Bills played the Giants back in New York. I think it was 2019.
Okay.
And we saw them down there at the game and then at the airport, and we came back and we saw, we were hanging out with them and stuff and got to know them. And
less
then
is more.
COVID happens. COVID happens. And we were friends.
That was awesome. Your mom. Less is more.
He's a lawyer. He gets paid by the word.
You know what?
The Connors and Ferris Blondes.
There is something about the wisdom of moms.
Oh, yes. Sometimes moms can say this, like so much in so little, right?
Yeah.
It packs so much in so little. It's the best speak.
The two of them are wonderful.
Yeah.
They're medical professionals, help the community. Chase is a great guy. He's a hockey guy. I should have talked to you. I've introduced you to Chase. Chase is a hockey guy. Huh? Played at Brockport, played in the junior league Canadian stuff. Yeah.
Kevin's
he knows nothing about hockey, the junior league Canadian stuff.
I don't know.
Isn't the junior leagues in Canada?
There's junior leagues everywhere.
Oh.
I think there's a junior league team here now. A junior amateur, low level, but it is a junior team, and they're playing in Fairport.
Yeah, they play at the.
And I forget who's the owner. Who owns the team? Is it Golisano?
I don't know.
Yeah, somebody who is funding that. I don't know who it is who's doing all that.
Actually, one of Galisano's partners from Paychecks, who was part owner of the Amerks.
Paulsini?
Nope, it was the other one. Turk?
Okay. Yeah.
Was it? Oh, my God. I can't believe I can't remember his name now. Super nice guy. He was in with Gene and Tom, and he was like their HR guy. Part owner of the Amerks. I think he might be involved in it, but I don't know.
Yeah,
I'll have to ask. I don't know. I don't know anything about hockey. Tom would know.
Tom would.
Tom would be here. Could talk 2 hours on.
We need to get Tom on the show. We want to find out the real behind the story of Greg and get some hockey talk.
What do you mean the real behind the story of Greg? I think you can't get any more real behind the story.
Right. Oh, I feel like Tom could tell some stories.
I'm not sure about that.
I would say what you guys have seen is what it is, man. I don't.
It's what you get.
Yeah, which isn't.
Like Mom says, talk less. Listen more.
Yeah. Last night, Kevin and I went to see Doug Phelps crush it at the comedy at the Carlson. And then I wound up on the west side.
You did?
In a bar I've never been to, the Long Pond Pub. And I want to give a shout out to the Long Pond Pub and the bartender, Heidi, because I dropped my bank card on the floor. Because I don't want to walk around with my wallet's too thick.
Yeah.
And I have that problem too.
George Costanza.
No, it's like, you know what I'm saying, like the dad wallet.
The hundreds.
Yeah.
The hundreds make it thick.
Oh, no. It's the credit
I got all
card.
the
It's the
shit
business
in there.
card. It's your license.
Yeah, but it's the whatever. Right. So
all the receipts.
So I just take out exactly what I need, right?
I
took
same
out
thing.
what I need, and then every time I do that, I wind up dropping them.
Yeah.
It's terrible. But Heidi was
You
great.
got to get the little pouch for the back of your phone.
Yes.
That
You're
is
right.
true.
And then,
except when you lose your phone, then you're fucked.
Right.
Heidi was great, and then Kevin went over. And thank you. Kevin went back to the Long Pond Pub because I'm like, but I Ubered.
Brady's getting a PS5 for Christmas this year. on Billified.
But I wound up back at Doug's house, and Doug is now texting me. How weird is this?
Doug finally woke up.
Yeah. So Doug wound up calling me at one point. I went back to his place after you dropped this off. He makes dirty martinis. I don't drink dirty martinis, but I'm sitting there. Potent. But so I drink maybe 2 of those, get an Uber, and I'm going to have the Uber take me back to the truck, which is at Comedy at the Carlson. The guy pulls up. He has to wake me up. And I go, how about you just take me right to Fairport? Guy goes,
my God.
Sounds like a good idea.
Yeah.
And
That's a good decision, Bill.
And so I had to re-enter in all the Uber stuff so he could do it.
And then he declined the ride.
And then today I had to Uber back out and get the truck. But it was fun hanging out with her, darts and talking shit.
So this is what I can tell you.
Yes.
That $65, $75 you spent on that saved you about $5,000 if you made the wrong decision.
All right, let me
Or your life.
Or your life. Or someone
both.
else's life.
Oh, $5,000?
Yeah.
Oh, but believe me. I have some firsthand knowledge, and it's not.
Yeah, it's more than that.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
But
So good decision, Bill.
Yes.
There you go.
It was
Proud
a
of
great
you.
decision. Well, thank you. I was very proud of myself, too, actually. When I woke up this morning, I was like, whew.
Less is more, Bill.
What was
It's not as entertaining, but less is more.
No, but have you ever had that where you've passed out inside an Uber?
No.
Nobody's ever done that. This is the second time for me.
This year?
No.
You're cut off then.
That means you might have a problem.
Well, maybe. I don't know. Like I can't remember the other time the Uber's like, hey, we're here, and I'm like, oh.
Okay, so one of the things is,
But I nodded off from Fairport to Fairport.
But you're-
So
but
Dan will be setting something up with you here for some life coaching.
you're single. You're single, so you don't have somebody to help you with your barometer or to help you get you home where you don't have to be there in an Uber. Because I've done that in my own car with somebody else driving me.
yes. Yeah, but
I've never done an Uber.
No, I did. I was out in an Uber. And then, yes, because even today I got a call from a very famous Fairportian, Damian Mulconry, wondering where things have been. And I said, I've been laying low. Then I said, but I was actually out.
What the hell are you doing on the west side?
Long Pond Pub,
I was
baby.
at the Long Pond Pub. And
With Heidi.
He goes, where the hell is that? Heidi.
And Kevin.
So I look at Heidi. I go,
And Doug.
I said, Heidi, how do I know you from somewhere? And she goes, yeah.
A one-night stand in 86.
I used to work at Mulconry. She did not. She said, I used to work at Mulconry's. I used to work at Mulconry's.
He's such a smart ass.
Yes, he is. He likes to start all kinds of trouble.
totally-
He loves to stir shit.
He is a
He loves to
pot
stir the shit.
I
shit
learned
he
from the
said-
best.
The shit he says is funny, but always so wrong.
Oh, what did you say?
During the game, a bunch of times.
No, but the 9/11 thing. Like he says afterwards, what did you say?
I think I saw McDermott mouthing Allah Akbar and la 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 was the victory formation call.
He did
Don't
say.
you had a couple of dirty ones too.
Yeah,
there.
I did too. I did.
Well, that's what happens every once in a while.
Well, you're rubbing off on us. That's what it is.
But it was a good time last night, and thank you for taking me to the West Side. And we'll be
I didn't
back
take
for a
you to the
while.
West Side. Doug brought you to the West
Doug
Side.
did. Doug, by the way, I shouldn't say this, and he would get upset. But I go, Doug. Somebody goes, "What's Doug's place like?" I go, "It's like living in a fort. It's like a little kid's fort. Like you go in there, and it's all like crowded, and he's got all this like 49ers stuff and all. But it is cramped in there. He's got a plant that out. I go, your plant. You know those swings." That they have, or those
are sex swings?
Yeah, well, for your plant. I kept calling it the sex swing for your plant, but it's like one of those yarn things. The plant is exploded and it's sitting on the windowsill, but the plant hanger is still hanging there with nothing in it. And I go, that's a single guy. That's a single guy who's never been like lived with a woman. I don't think Doug ever lived with a woman.
That plant holder might have been there when he got there. It might just be left over.
I don't know. No, because I go, hey, your plant outgrew the sex swing, huh? He goes, yeah, it's over here. It's the thing.
And he has the glory hole right by the front door there.
I have no idea. I was like, and you're walking up, there's cases of beer on the stairs up to his apartment. I go, what's going on here? He goes,
the delivery guy stopped by.
Keep it nice and cool outside.
Yeah, but I thought he had a great, didn't you mention that he had a great like rehearsal studio area?
No, he has a microphone with a stand and it's wireless and he just sits in there. You know what it reminds me of?
He sets up all of his stuffed animals as his audience.
Do you know what
and he does stand up for them.
Do you know what it reminds me of? Wedding Crashers. When Owen Wilson is getting all depressed and he starts practicing speeches in his living room when he was like before he started going to funerals.
Don't Kill Me books.
Yeah, and reading Don't Kill Me books. That was that was what it was like with Doug last night. All right, we'll take them all. We'll keep it a little short tonight. I want to call my mom if you don't mind. My mother is having hip surgery tomorrow. Now, she was supposed to have hip replacement surgery on Tuesday. The doctor called and moved it up a day. She gets herself all wigged out over all this stuff, so it'll be fun to listen to her. We'll see how calm she is. My sister's spending the week with her, and then I will spend Christmas with her.
God bless your sister. And by the way,
well, I was down.
I remembered.
What do you mean?
I remembered.
Oh, yeah.
I remembered your point.
Okay.
The Bill Moran point. Listening to the podcast, I've learned so much in a year. This was one of the things I learned. I just got distracted.
Well, all right. Well,
sorry.
Wait. Well, what was the thing that you learned? Because then I want to say something to you.
What I learned was that Bill always says it's the boss's role and job to understand what motivates his personnel and the people that works for him, because that's what your job is.
Yeah.
Your job is to listen, to understand, and to appreciate what they want to motivate them.
Right.
And for me, with McDermott in that situation, it's McDermott has to learn from this situation, which he hasn't in the past. McDermott is stubborn and he is rigid. I hope what he learned from this situation and the Eagles game was that he needs to learn to outside people in part to influence his decision making, such as the timeout situation. He's been highly criticized for that.
Yeah.
National media, other coaches ripped him. Him taking the knee, ripped on it. And hopefully he can begin to get perspective of others within his group or outside that to give him better perspective in terms of how we should go through decision making with the perspective of to win as opposed to not to lose.
Let me ask you, going back to the article that Tyler Dunne wrote, can something like an article like that, just out of curiosity, I always wonder, could it help McDermott? If you read something like that, it stings if you're McDermott. And I don't know that McDermott will read it. I have no idea. But let's say he did.
He read it.
You think so? You do know that.
I don't know it,
but you would think so. Just knowing the man.
From what I've heard within, it's been read.
Okay. Yeah. Would he then, I mean, at first that first sting, and Danny and I were talking about this. Look, when you do something that's so personally it becomes a big extension of who you are. Yes, you're a dad and a husband and a family man, but really you're Sean McDermott of the Buffalo Bills, and that's a lot of your identity. So it stings when these comments come. Obviously, you have to have thick skin and all that, but this one's a little more biting, and even to the point where they parade you out in front of the press and you have to apologize for a speech you gave 4 years ago for whatever reason. But do you think he's the kind of guy that can almost take that 10,000, the macro look, not the micro look, and look at it and go, all right, you know what, there are some things here, maybe I need to be a little less rigid. Maybe I am coming off this way. Maybe people are saying this. Or does that not something that'll penetrate him?
I think that question is the question for him.
Yeah.
Because do I think he could do that prior to this? He hasn't,
right?
In my opinion.
Right.
Now, will this be the catalyst? Because this stung, because this was personal.
Yeah.
I mean, this was something that he tried to do the right way. He tried to, I mean, he is, I mean, Sean's a good person. I mean, he is a tried and true American. All the things he was trying to motivate his team and try to garner his team in a manner. It was bad decision making in terms of using the analogy, but he took it personally because it was he felt this was a personal attack.
Yeah.
And so the thing is that there are certain things in your life, for me in business or you and your business, we've all been through those things. How do you respond, right? Life is 10% of what happens to you and then 90% of how you handle it.
Yeah.
So how does he handle it from here? Does he use this as a catalyst to become more open and inclusive in terms of his decision-making? Or does he then become more confined because he can't trust the people who were here or are here? If you do that, it's not going to be productive.
I always think in radio, it was such a who you were, and especially in the beginning of your career, you'd have to sit in a room by yourself with the boss and listen to a tape of you on the radio. And it was always very uncomfortable, and so you would try to not take those things personally. And I actually think that was, as much as I hated it, in a way, it was a good exercise because as I went and more
it's humbling,
but also maturity comes in when you get older and you see things. Because my thing was, I'll always have people go, "Well, I don't know anything about what you do," but and I would say, "Hang on a second, you have ears and you know what you like. And if we're not doing something, what is it? Maybe I'll agree. Maybe I can." Because a lot of times, if you can step back, sometimes you don't know, a good idea can come from anywhere, or something that's going to maybe smooth the edges a little bit.
I have a good idea. We should have Sean McDermott give your mother a pep talk before her surgery.
I got to tell you, in terms of our office,
operating room 911 is the best room to be in.
Oh my God. Operationally from my office, the best ideas have come from not me, but from others.
Yeah. Right.
And do you listen to them?
Well, I don't know. I don't mean, right. Like, I know you don't have good ideas.
Well, Ray Dalio, we brought this up last week. Ray Dalio, when he wrote the book Principles, Ray Dalio's big claim to fame was he was a huge hedge fund guy. He predicted a huge crash in the 80s, and it didn't happen. So he had to reevaluate because he bet against the American economy, and he lost. Yeah. And everybody's like, you got egg on your face. So he went back, and he realized, I got to listen to more people. I got to surround myself with people who don't necessarily agree with me, not yes people. And to help them get better.
And, I think in Bill's point again about, a boss needs to know what helps motivate, what's going to motivate you and then work towards that, is that you want your team, the people that work with you, to feel comfortable and confident and trust you, that they can say things that you don't like and you're not going to take it personally or you're not going to take a vendetta against them.
Well,
that is the most important thing in terms of a healthy, enriching environment.
It feels like you would want to do that more now when you're seeing some people take jobs, move away from jobs, want to work from home, switch out. That if you can build that, hey, I know you want to be at your kid's soccer game every Tuesday and Thursday at 3:00. That's fine, as long as you get your work done. Know what makes them tick. I feel like that's an important thing, and people buy in. They'll run through walls for you.
That was in the article too. That was in the article that Sean was not good about that. And at one point he found out that a guy had they knew this guy was going out to leave to watch his kids play soccer. And he's like, I'm going to add more hours to your work time. So if you're not going to work harder, I'm going to get that extra hour out of you. And that turned a lot of people off too.
So those, and that's kind of my point is that when you're at the level that he's at, those decisions to get the productivity that you need, but also you provide productivity, you've got to look in and you've got to be humble. And my criticism of Sean through the years has been, this is just my perspective, his rigidity in terms of flexibility and adapting. Like, I mean, you succeed in high-level professional operations and business on being adaptive to the circumstances. You have to be adaptive. which means you have to have a perspective other than your own so you can then respond to something that you didn't anticipate.
Right.
That to me is the critical part of business. I don't care if you're Terry Pagula, if you're Sean McDermott, if you're, Joe Biden, Donald Trump, that you have to be able to adapt to the circumstances. But you can only do that if you hear something that you didn't think of yourself. Because I look at it and I've got my perspective. If I don't know your perspective on the other side, I can't adapt to it.
Right.
So you've got to be open and hear it so then you can prepare a reply and be prepared to respond to it. I feel my opinion is that Sean's rigidity in the way that he looks at things is so structured, is so strong, one-sided. He hasn't taken that full 360 and appreciated it. I'm hoping this article he has taken that is very personal, was very personal, gives him more of a perspective of, you know what, I need to think about and look at all these perspectives so I can be a better decision maker in the last 13 seconds, the last 2 minutes, and make these decisions. Now, we talked about, and at that last possession, fourth down with the Chiefs, and we watched a replay, I loved what they did on defense. I saw that as adapting to the circumstances to what happened before.
Right.
They jammed Kelsey, right?
Yeah.
Leonard Floyd made Kelsey go inside him. He gave him a jab. You had Douglas riding the other receiver on the inside, jammed him at the line, which they did not do at 13 seconds.
No.
And then ran underneath him. So you got to throw the ball over top you. Then they had safety coverage on the top. It's got to be a perfect pass. Mahomes didn't make the throw. They win the freaking game. That, to me, is progress.
Yes.
I like that.
Yes.
I like that.
Yeah.
That's why it's so exciting.
And look, we want Sean McDermott to succeed.
Yes.
We wanted to win a Super Bowl. And no one's going to get mad at him for winning a Super Bowl.
Well, that's what I'm
me.
saying. Winning is like the salve for everything, right? If you win, it makes everything go away.
It does.
Yeah, it does.
Do you believe he's always been like this?
I was going to ask that. He's always been this competitive. Yeah.
He has.
Yeah. That driven.
Backyard, man. I'd go after my older brother and I. We'd freaking go at it. And if you lost, you ate mud pie.
And he was down at a neighbor's one time, and they were playing ball, and the ball went through the window and broke the window, so the mother came out. And I said to him, I hope you ran, because if you don't run, you're going to be blamed for it also. And you're going to have to pay for it.
And?
I can't remember what happened.
I went and got the ball. I was going to freaking win the game. I went and got the ball. What are we going to have her keep it? We can't finish the game if she has the ball. And we didn't have enough money.
Look, he was taught not to lie.
We didn't have enough money. We didn't have 2 balls. We didn't have 2 footballs. We had 1.
Yeah.
Among the 3 families, we had 1 football.
And they were out of timeouts.
You got it.
So did you pay for the window?
I think we cleaned it up. I don't remember. I'm sure my parents paid for it. I think I cleaned it up, and my dad probably gave her the $25 to fix the window.
Came out of his allowance.
Well, there you go. Yeah, that sounds about right.
It's the way it should have happened in the 80s, right?
Yeah, yes. All right, we'll take a moment, and we'll check in with my mom, who goes in for surgery, and then wrap it up for a Bills win. I'm so excited. Cobblestone on Main at 109 West Main Street in the Village of Webster has the holiday spirit. If you're lacking in the holiday spirit, you just get run down, you kind of get cranky, you can't find the thing you want to get for somebody, or you got one more party to go to, you're just not in the mood. Go get the holiday spirit at Cobblestone on Main. Recharge your batteries. You walk in there, it's festive, it's nicely decorated. They've got a great cocktail menu with all kinds of winter cocktails on there. Sit at their upscale bar and recharge your batteries. Or take your significant other and recharge their batteries. Well, you may want to do that at home, but you could go have an intimate dinner, which could lead to recharging batteries. It's all locally sourced menu items. It's delicious. I just love sitting at the bar there because I am a bar kind of guy, but they have every craft beer, every craft cocktail you can imagine. And like I said, the specialty menu. The food is fantastic. The shareables are out of this world. Cobblestone on Main. Go get your holiday spirit at 109 West Main Street in the Village of Webster. Find out more online at cobblestoneonmain.com.
Comedy at the Carlson. Ticket and show times at carlsoncomedy.com.
Mac of all trades. They're like an elf that comes and just does all the work you can't get done. You know what I mean? They are. They're like the elf on the shelf that pops out and paints the room when you're not looking. They fix the trim. They get the bathroom door to close properly so your mother-in-law doesn't go, I can't get it closed. It won't. Why is it sticking? I'm locked in here. And your father-in-law goes, just leave her there. Yeah, you got to get all that taken care of. Mac is like your elf on the shelf. Pops off, takes care of all of it. If you got bigger jobs, Mac can handle that as well, whether it be framing, full kitchen remodels, bathroom remodels, electrical work. They do it all. Give them a call at 585-202-9218. Matter of fact, see, Bill Moran says you are the handyman on the shelf. Not the elf on the shelf, but the handyman on the shelf. Yeah. Well, we're just in time for the holidays, a little holiday tie-in there. You can see a lot of the work they do at macofalltrades.net. Give yourself a gift and get that list knocked off with your handyman on the shelf, Mac of All Trades.
BTB's wood-fired pizza and grill in the mall at Grease Ridge.
At Circu and Circu, they understand that a legal issue involving your family, especially around this time of year, can make your world come to a screeching halt. Well, Circu and Circu are here, and they've helped families get back to what matters most to them. So, whether you're facing divorce, child custody, or any other family law matter, you're going to want a caring attorney by your side, someone guiding you through all these sensitive matters. That's exactly what you get at Circu Law. Family law issues, they're emotional, extremely emotional. And Circu Law in Pittsford knows that. Their highly experienced, compassionate family law attorneys will work tirelessly each day for the betterment of you and your family. So, if you're considering a divorce, in the process of divvying assets, dealing with custody issues, or any other family spouse-related legal matter, you can have complete confidence in Circu and Circu's experience and professionalism. Give them a call at 585-385-2510 to find out how they may help or to schedule an appointment. You can also email them in complete confidence through their website's contact page at circulaw.com. Circu and Circu, helping your family get back to what matters most.
It's Christmas. Baby, please come home.
It's always one of my favorites.
Yeah.
No? Not a fan of you two?
No, I like it. I like it.
Danny.
This is Mariah Carey.
Yeah. I spared you the Mariah Carey. I thought I would spare everybody the Mariah Carey.
I like this.
Because I already put us out, Danny. Danny and I, we played it.
Yeah, we're out.
Last year, we used to have Danny call up places like in the South,
Waffle
like an
House.
IHOP or a Waffle House. And all he could do was sing the first line of A Christmas Carol. And we would guess, would they sing it back or hang up? And he can't say anything else but sing the first line.
Deck the halls with boughs of...
And then he pauses like that. And so... Yeah, and sometimes you'll get somebody with a good personality, and sometimes he just...
Hang up.
Who is this?
Who's this?
Why are you calling? Remember one time they
Back in Waffle
You
House.
should do that for the Bills-Miami game at January 7th. That week leading into it. Just to harass him.
What was it? The one time they go, is this Ray? Ray, is that you?
You should block our number and call Randy and do it.
So,
Randy.
That's funny. Randy called me twice the other day. Called me and I couldn't answer. And then I get a text, call me as soon as you can. So I start to think that every once in a while, because I know his family, I know his parents and all, and I think
on this day in NASCAR history was.
I'm hoping that it's nothing bad. So, and then I get another call, and I didn't answer, and so now I call right back, and he wanted to just tell me that Tony Stewart is going to be driving his wife's dirt track car this season because they're trying to have a family, and she's not going to be in the car, so he's going to drive the car. Big news. Big news.
Get out of here.
Yep. But that's
coming out of retirement.
But that took a call, a text, and another call. And I'm thinking, like, I go.
And it was 2 weeks ago. He had the same process to tell us that Brad Keselowski bought the Ricky Bobby house.
The Ricky Bobby house.
Harvick's or somebody.
Yeah, he does.
I love that.
Yeah.
Does the pool filter work?
What is
was the
happening
Ricky
over
Bobby
here?
house? Was that on Lake Norman in just north of Charlotte?
I don't know. Yeah, I think it is actually.
Because my buddy Mike Zimmer, he used to live next door to me here in Pittsford.
Uh-huh.
He lives down in Lake Norman, and we were out on the boat, and he was going through, and he's like, hey, there's some guy owned this house, and he's NASCAR, and he goes, I think that house was in like one of the movies. And I was like, "Holy shit, that house looks familiar." I can't.
It might be the
I
Ricky-
think it was Talladega Nights. Yeah,
Talladega Nights. That is it.
Beautiful.
So what's happening here?
You'll get your Christmas gifts closer to the holiday. I don't know when if I'm going to see Greg again before Christmas.
I didn't know we were going to be bringing the presents today.
I brought Greg a present because I don't know if I'm going to see him before Christmas.
Oh, here we go! Yeah!
Oh wow!
Oh wow!
Go
Flask
Bills,
and 4
baby!
shot
Go
glasses.
Bills!
Kevin, that's a great gift.
He brings that in. He walks into the stadium with that. The sensors go up. Wait, you know who this is? This is Greg Connors. Oh yeah, come on in.
Actually, we should have used these shot glasses. So when Kevin came into the man cave earlier, he had to be cleansed of all the bad karma, all the bad mojo of the prior losses of the Bills and the Patriots.
And how was that?
So we did fireball shots. Why fireball shots? To do the deep cleanse, because that is the shot that Josh Allen's family does before every game.
Oh, it is?
It is.
Because they're from Fireball,
California. So that's what they do. So that was our mojo Bills shot that Kevin did with Dan and I. Now, Dan had to participate because of all the bad mojo that Kevin projected on Dan.
He did. Kevin's not going to go down taking that blame. He was not. Hang on a second. Dan's been there for every loss.
It's like kind of like on Yom Kippur where the high priest transfers the sins onto the goat, the scapegoat.
This is solid, by the way.
There's a couple of spots out in the patio that may smell
very solid.
That may smell like cinnamon because they went over my shoulder instead of down my gullet.
Very solid.
And Kevin was stand up, man. He was legit. He said he came in, he was feeling a little under the weather, but he did it, and he did it first. And I was like, wait, we got to do it together. We had to do a toast.
So made me do another one over the shoulder. I had to do 2 over the shoulder.
We had to do it together because we had to do the toast to get rid of the bad karma. So we had to pour him another one. So we did it then. So
Greg did a whole speech.
I was
man.
I was pulled out this incense.
I was running a little late, and I'm listening to the game, and I go, "Oh, this is great. Greg's going to be in a great mood. I'm basically so happy they're up 14-0."
Oh, it was good.
It was.
And then
it was very good.
It went sideways, but damn, we came out in the end.
Look, every game is a playoff game.
Yeah,
from here
it is.
on out.
Totally.
So you got to just keep winning. Dallas looks pretty ferocious right now, by the way.
All right, hang on a second.
You or me that did.
That wasn't either one of us.
That was me.
Dude, these are fantastic, man. They're Bill shots.
My mother said she was going for a shower, but let me see if I can get her before she gets in the shower.
Oh,
baby.
Hello?
I was trying to get you before you got in the shower. I apologize. We were running a little late.
That's okay.
Are you what did you say? You're going into the shower with your special towel?
I said I'm going in the shower, and then I have to use special towels to dry off with.
Oh,
that kill all the kill all the germs all over your body.
Yeah.
Your son had that special towel when he was 17 too. Usually under the bed.
So we were just very happy because the Bills won today, Mom.
Yes, Doreen wrote, and she said the stars are aligned, and you'll be fine. The Bills won.
Yes, the
I
Bills.
love her.
Yes.
Yes.
And so we're at Greg Connor's house, and his mom is here, and his mom had both hips replaced. And she said, "Yep." And
bionic now.
She's bionic now. But she said, like,
I'm on my way.
It was the best. It was so like it was a life-changing surgery in a way. Like you can move again. And
you'll get through it. It's easy now. I don't want to say surgery's easy, but from what my aunt did 20 years ago to what it is now, such a different process, such an easier process.
Do they use lasers?
No, they just get in there.
Has the anterior or the posterior?
Tony, did you have anterior or posterior?
I had 48 stitches down my leg. He didn't.
Oh, 48 stitches down your leg?
Yeah, my doctor did side.
Oh, side. Okay. All right.
Okay. Yeah.
So I don't know what that is, Mom.
That's probably the posterior. This anterior, they're starting to do a lot, and then you can bend forward right away. Otherwise, you can't bend forward. But I'm having the posterior, but that's fine because,
Okay.
So I won't be able to, it'll take a little longer recovery, but it'll be fine.
Yeah. Well, I'm good. You sound fantastic.
Well, I feel really good since your sister arrived.
Okay. All right.
Is that a good thing or a bad thing that she left?
That's a really good thing.
Arrived.
Oh,
She
arrived.
arrived, Greg. She didn't leave.
She's happy it's Kate and not Bill.
I'm sorry. I was projecting on my own sister, wasn't I?
No, but yes.
We had a really nice evening. We ordered Thai food.
Okay.
We had a little wine. We watched a Christmas movie, so it was nice.
All right. You didn't watch the Bills game. I'm disappointed in you, but that's okay.
Didn't watch the Bills game. I forgot.
Mama Marge, what's up with that?
I know. It's so disappointing. Well, I wanted to make sure I talked to you. What time are you leaving for the hospital?
We're going to leave here at 8 o'clock because it's so far.
Okay. Yeah, right. It's literally
I
at
could
the
be there
corner.
at 8:15. Yeah. You can walk it.
You'll walk it when the hip's better.
Your
That's
surgery
right,
is
I
at
will.
8:15. You're leaving at 8.
Yeah, because the
No.
hospital is like, I mean,
Yeah.
it's right.
Yeah.
It's
Yep.
literally like 2 houses away. That's how close she lives now.
That's great.
Yeah, so it's right there.
Oh, you'll love it. It's a miracle operation.
Oh, I'm so glad to hear that, Mrs. Hunter. I really am. So hopefully I will have the results you had. Yep.
You will.
Well, that's great.
Do the exercises 3 times a day when you're home.
3 times a
Yeah.
day. Yeah.
Yeah.
You were doing all that before, so that's nothing
Oh my
new.
God, getting nowhere.
Yes, and getting nowhere,
You know?
right, with all this, with all that. Yes, I know. All right, well, best of luck with everything, and
thank you.
I hope Kate treats you well, and I will find out. I'll give you a call early in the morning.
Okay, good.
All right?
Okay.
All right.
Yep.
Good luck. It'll be great.
Be praying for you.
Thank you.
Yeah, we'll be thinking about you.
All right. Love you, Mom.
Thank you very much. Love
All
you too, Bill.
All right. Bye-bye.
Talk soon. Bye-bye.
Say hi to Kate.
Bye.
Your mom has the most sultry voice. She really does.
She gets really wigged out, and then she does not have a good experience with anesthesia. Like, she gets very sick from it.
They ought to change it and give her a different.
Well, see, that's the thing is, like, I don't know why.
Did she tell them that?
I think she did tell him, and then I was there with her with the neck surgery, and all of a sudden she's like,
How is she feeling from that, by the way?
I mean, some stuff is better, but it's the hip, so she's walking. She's actually using a cane right now, and is very bothered by it and very embarrassed by it. So,
Did your father offer to help her out and she say no?
No, but my brother always says this thing. He goes, like, not so much now because we were all together for Thanksgiving, so everybody was wonderful, and
It looked like a Griswold Thanksgiving on social media. It really did.
They ought to do that. The Griswold Thanksgiving. They should do that movie.
Oh my God,
it'd be hysterical.
It was nice, you know. They fine. I mean, they're not together, but they certainly get along fine. And but
Civil.
my brother always says to me, he goes, if you talk to Dad will go, oh, your mother, God, she can hardly walk. Because they're pushing each other into the graves to see who's going to get there first. Because then my dad's got neurological issues going on. My mother's like, he can hardly move. He can do anything. I don't know. And your mother can't even bend over and tie a shoe. I worry about, so there's like, my brother goes, they're having a race to see who can push who into the grave first. But I think my mom's mom lived to 96.
Oh,
and yeah, Ag was like been drinking and doing everything, and so I think that everybody will be fine.
Mom is a beautiful 80-plus-year-old, vibrant person.
Yes.
My dad.
Wow, really?
Yeah.
I didn't get that.
No.
I mean, I got the vibrant part, but not the 80 part.
Yeah.
You're supposed to say that.
Oh,
And my
less is
dad-
more,
You gotta
Greg.
put that business
Less
up.
is more.
more. And my dad was 59 when he passed away.
I know.
So
Greg is
6 years. 6 years, buddy.
I know. Well,
Living
You're gonna be fine, dude.
Okay.
Living large for
Who was
6
it from the
years.
Tennessee Titans?
Frank Wycheck
Frank
passed away,
Wycheck,
52 years old.
52.
They think a lot of he took a fall in his house and they found him. They think it might have been CT. He'd had some. He had to retire from his radio show because he
Wasn't
just couldn't
Frank
keep-
Wycheck
He
the,
threw the home
pass?
run,
Yeah.
throw forward. Yeah,
Yeah.
that was him.
Yep.
Music City Miracle.
Yeah, 19.
Fucker.
I remember watching that in an airport. I was coming
Oh,
back
my
from
God.
somewhere.
That was only 22 years ago. Can you believe that?
Yeah.
I mean,
So I always see I always say to these guys,
3 years ago.
this is terrible. But when I see someone in my age range
Yeah.
that dies, I'm
that
always hoping it's an
93 now?
overdose. I'm always hoping it's something that they're doing that they shouldn't be.
Yeah.
Because I go, I don't want, I don't
Yeah.
want
Like
that.
there was a woman from extreme
I'm
weight
ex-
loss who just died. She was 40, and I didn't know who she was. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm 43. What happened? And they found her in a car. She went to this is gonna
Chipotle?
sound. She went to Chipotle, and she never got home. And she died in the car. And somebody called the cops and said, "Hey, there's a woman just sleeping in her car outside the Chipotle with a full bag of food."
And she was in her 40s?
Yeah.
Oh, my
And they said
Lord.
she died of complications to obesity.
Well, it could be. Did she lose a tremendous amount of weight?
I don't know.
She put it back on?
They didn't say.
I like that the report said they had time to check that she had a full bag of food.
Full bag.
Well, hey, it was strapped in.
Officer took her chips. She's not going to be eating these.
We're, being single.
Yeah.
And being, Luke is going to be, he's graduating in June.
Yeah.
And,
Oh,
right?
Where's he gonna? Has he decided where he's going?
He's looking at Alfred. He got accepted as a mechanical engineering program at Alfred, which I'm extremely proud of, and his mom is very proud of. And he's did really well in football this year, and he's done very well in track his junior year, and started off, had his first indoor meet, and is doing well. So the track coach, the football coach, would love him to come down and see if he could fit into the program. So it looks like Alfred, which I gotta love, man. I mean, that's my soft spot.
Am I allowed to ask questions?
Sure.
All right.
Ask away.
I believe there's a dorm on the campus. Is there not a dorm named after you?
There's a dorm named after my family.
After your family. Okay.
The Connors.
The Connors.
It's not called Ann Ferris?
No.
That's Tom's wife, and she should have a dorm named after her.
How cool would that be if you got to be in the dorm? That I don't know if I don't know if that would be something you'd want to share with people or not.
So
that's something you'd want people to. I don't think your son. He's very.
No, Luke is very low key.
Yeah,
Luke would. If they were like, hey,
very bright,
he would be like, yeah, my name's Luke, and what's your last name? He'd be like, yeah, Luke. If they found out it would be Connors, they'd be like, is that your family? He'd be like, yeah, maybe, not really.
I think it would be kind of cool to let that slowly dribble out.
So the interesting thing is the dorm that's got our family name on it is an upper class residence.
Okay.
And so Luke, as a freshman, would be in the freshman dorm.
Yeah.
So he would not be in that.
No, but it'd be a few years.
Could potentially.
He could be if his dad pulls a few strings.
I would never do that.
I
would never do that. But there could become a point in time later in his career down there where he could be in there, and that would be an interesting.
Yeah, it would be.
That would be funny.
So there's a chance that
he'll tell anybody his last name.
Yeah, right.
There's a chance that he'll be going there and playing football.
Yeah, I mean, as a freshman going to college.
Do you think we see Passion during Bills games? We see Passion during Bills games. Whoa.
Yeah, it'll be Fisher, Alfred, at Fisher. Mr. Connors, could you please exit the building?
Will you be the defensive backs coach at any point during his career?
You know, we talk about me being the owner of the Buffalo Bills.
Yes, I do. I say future owner of the Buffalo Bills.
So the head coach at Alfred.
I've always said that.
The head coach at Alfred I've been friends with for 25 years. And he's a great guy. And he and I talk football all the time. He comes to the Bills camp. We talk during the season, even before all this. And I mean, Luke is a very talented, very athletic kid, and and where he fits into their defense, he's got to figure that out.
Was he playing defensive back?
He was playing. He played some defensive back. He played some safety, and he played some defensive outside linebacker.
Oh, he did.
He had some really good success as outside linebacker because of his speed and strength and his tenacity. And so they're like, you could fit into our scheme at outside linebacker. And when I go to their games, I actually am very, very laid back. I'm more nervous for his games than I ever was when I played, ever.
Yeah.
I was nervous.
And I can see now where my parents were like that.
Did you get very nervous watching him play?
Oh, my Lord, yes.
Yeah.
I said the rosary the whole time.
At Alfred?
At Alfred.
Yeah.
Oh. Well, high school
as
too,
well,
but
I'm sure.
Then we had to go.
Was it a big deal in Hornell?
Oh.
Like the Friday night was the game? Like Pine Plains, it was like the event.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, in Hornell, Friday nights, you went to the Hornell football games, and then you got Pizza King Pizza.
Yeah.
And that's what 2/3 of the population of the city of Hornell did. When we would go to sectional games, literally half to 2/3 of the city be gone. We'd be in Avon, we'd be up to Rochester.
Like the Bills.
And, when you go to sectional football games now in Section 5, the smaller schools have bigger crowds than the larger schools because the communities are so invested.
Right. It is
so invested. And that's where Hornell was. But yeah, so Luke going to Alfred, I mean, for me, I just want him to succeed and academically be successful and have a great experience like Jordan's doing at Roberts Wesleyan, right? And
I mean, I have said repeatedly to Jordan all the time, I wanted him to go to St. Joe's.
Yeah.
That was his first school. He got in, I think he did early admission and then turned it down.
Wow.
And I was going, why? And he goes, I think
outside
Roberts
Philly, it's a beautiful campus.
And it actually goes in the city and out.
Yeah.
And we looked at that, and we looked at
Great
Villanova.
basketball program.
Great basketball.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah.
And I said to him, what a great school. It looked like just a great place. And then he's like, I really want to be on a track team, and they're doing this. I really want to. And I thought, Roberts is so small, and I thought, I can't imagine what this is. And my brother goes, not your life, man.
Yeah.
And I think it might have been the best advice, so I backed off, and now the kid is close to breaking the school record for weight throw, and we actually watched a woman set the Division II. She set it and broke the Division II pole vault record just this past Friday at Nazareth. And
I was there.
Were you there?
Well, we were there. Luke had an indoor track meet, but it wasn't the same track meet. We were at Nazareth, but not for that meet.
Yeah, this was Friday night.
Yeah.
And then Jen Schurer, who is the Olympic pole vaulter who went to Roberts Wesleyan, is now the coach there.
No kidding.
Yeah, and this girl left Duke and transferred to Roberts Wesleyan
because of Jen.
I guess.
Yeah.
It must be because she left Duke, and she has she right now, and they even announced it. She had broken the record, and then she re-broke it and set it higher. I think it was like 15 feet or something.
And I have to tell you, as a parent, and as a friend, I asked you to go out someplace. I can't remember where it was. I was like, hey, look, we got this going on.
Yes,
come
the
out
comedy thing.
Comedy to Carlson.
And
I was like, hey, we got a friend who's going to be there. Let's come. And you were like, I'm going to go watch Jordan. I was like, you know what? That's what life is about.
Well,
that's what you do. I mean, as a parent, you live for that stuff.
Yeah, I needed to.
That's awesome.
Jordan gets himself all
jacked up, man. I love it.
But he gets really quiet and intense. And I'll say, and then
where does he get that from?
But then when the shot put, he's doing shot put as well, and I guess he didn't do as well as he wanted. And all of a sudden I see him. I go, why'd you step over there? I know what I'm doing. He fouled on purpose. He felt like it was not a good enough throw, so he stepped out the front. The thing that embarrasses me is one of the guys who's officiating comes over and goes, hey, I really like the podcast, and talks to me about it for a good 5 minutes. And he goes, I've always wondered if this was your son. I've heard you talk about it. Blah, blah. I'm like, and then all of a sudden he's like getting himself all up as he steps out of the ring. I go, why? I go, Jordan, what are you doing? That was it. I'm not good enough. I'm like, okay, but.
Yeah. And one of the things I love
shot
about
put is not his
one of the things
fort.
I love about Jordan is I think Jordan's professional career path. He's interested in going into law school and being a lawyer.
Yep.
And I think that's perfect. And going to a school like Roberts and having the athletic competition and training and discipline, that to me truly is what helps you prepare yourself professionally. And you go to Duke, you go to St. Joe's, which is a great school, but it's like, what's going to prepare you best for your profestional life? And I think his experience is great for that.
Well, because I even said to him, look, coming out of high school, which sounds terrible, but I didn't think you were a good enough athlete to compete at that. And then I said, so here's the advice I have for you. Don't listen to anything I say.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But you pushed yourself and you transformed your body. You were a skinny guy, and now you're you're jacked and you lift weight. You love doing that, and it's great.
And that's what, with Luke, it's like, he's a high school senior.
Yeah.
And I look at the men that play college football.
Yeah.
Division III, Fisher, Alfred, Brockport, Ithaca. I mean, Cortland is playing in the freaking NCAA Division III national championship.
Albany's in the 1AA championship,
Albany's in the 1AA.
Isn't that awesome for upstate New York?
Now, first of all, there's never, ever been two upstate New York football teams ever.
In the finals.
Lacrosse they've had.
Yeah, lacrosse.
They had all three, actually. Mm-hmm. But, I mean, it's like, so it's, and I said to him, Luke, you can do whatever you want in your life. It's based on what you want to do. Whatever your goal is, whatever your objective is, if you set your mind to it and you understand the path to get there, you will achieve it. You just determine.
Passion.
What's that?
That's what I told him. Follow your passion.
Yeah, I agree with that. Because otherwise it's a job and you have to put in as many hours, right? So if you're following your passion and there'll be things you may not like about doing certain, but overall it's your love for it, and that drives you even further, I think.
And the passion comes from the Italian.
Baba-da-boopy.
Yeah.
And the Jameson side comes from the Irish.
Hey!
All right. Oh,
I have both.
I did want to say this because you did bring up, like, we had the 1 year of the podcast, but the first sponsor we had was Greg. You were the first one. Because I wanted to do it for a month, see was this going to work? Was I going to get listens? Was I going to get this? And all of a sudden my phone rings one day and Greg goes, all right, here's what I'm going to do. And I was like, All right, caught me completely off guard,
dummy.
And then, and then I waited about another month, and then I started hustling some others. But that was the you were the first sponsor, so I appreciate that very much. Thank you.
I mean, for me, knowing you, who you are as a person, and knowing your passion and your professionalism, I knew that whatever path you're going to take, for me, getting that push and that encouragement to do what I wanted to do my way.
Yeah.
I really, that gave me the momentum to go forward. And for me, knowing you, who you are, giving you that little push, it was all I could do. And I was like, if I could do that for you, God bless you.
That was awesome.
And you killed it.
We've been pushing, and I think that even bigger things for this year.
Yeah.
Even
I
bigger
love
things.
it. Meanwhile,
Websites
Tom
become-
Ferris officially has no comment.
All right.
So there's the other side.
We will close it out. What a win today. Finally. Now we're seeing, what is Andy Reid saying?
Andy Reid has said that he was upset that before, a lot of times he is told, his receivers are told by the referee, you're okay. When you come to the line, you're okay. And they didn't tell Kadarius Toney that he was okay when he crossed the line and they threw the flag. That's what he was upset about. He says, the NFL, the National Football League, this is an embarrassment. Those are his words.
It's bullcrap because it's already happened to him once.
It has.
It happened to him in the AFC Championship game against the Patriots.
In 2019, right.
Shut your mouth and coach your players.
Wow, look at Kevin from the high ropes. Kevin.
That's what Mahomes.
Kevin won't high five on that one, by the way.
And that's what Mahomes.
I thought he was going to hit me again.
What?
I thought he was going to hit me again.
That's what Mahomes was going off about at the end of the game. He was yelling at the ref.
Stop being a bitch.
Yeah.
I agree.
Play the game.
Dude, join the club of guys who get screwed by the refs,
Yeah,
okay?
right.
Yeah. Well, this time it's nice to be on the other side
It
of that,
is
I'll
good,
tell you.
man.
Woo!
Greg, do you feel like the pressure's off now?
No, he doesn't.
Until Tuesday.
Yeah, right.
All right.
24-hour rule.
Can't wait. Enjoy the win.
For Greg Connors, for Mrs. Connors, for Dan, Kevin, I'm Bill Moran. We'll see you tomorrow.
It's like original sin. Elvis Presley Boulevard to the Graceland gates. See, we were looking for a Cadillac with Tennessee.
Hey, thanks for checking out Billified. And did you gift yourself? Did you call 585-206-8866 to get a fantastic certificate to use at Woodcliff Hotel and Spa? Maybe an overnight stay? Put it towards a beautiful spa treatment in one of the most luxurious settings you can be? Or maybe a delicious meal with live music and a great wine selection. Gift yourself. Call right now, 585-206-8866, and tell us why you deserve to be gifted. Gift yourself with Woodcliff Hotel and Spa and Billified.